Hey everybody, thanks for coming down the shore. The other day I was making breakfast. I had the coffee going, the bacon going, the eggs going, and when I went in to make the toast, I realized I had no bread, no English muffins, nothing. But I had a quick fix to save breakfast. I'm going to show you today how to make soft, warm bread in just 10 minutes. No oven, no yeast, and no stress. So stick around and let's make this bread together. So to make this recipe, this is what you're going to need. 3/4 cup of flour, a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/2 cup of milk, 1 1/2 tablespoons of olive oil, and a little bit of salt. That's it, super simple. You're going to need a bowl to mix it in and a strainer or something to sift the flour. So we're going to start by sifting the flour into the bowl. And then we're going to sift the baking powder into the bowl. And the baking powder works as a leveling agent, so you don't have to wait around for rising or proofing like you do with yeast dough. It gets to work right away. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to add in our milk and our olive oil. And then we're going to mix it all together. Now again, this was 3/4 cup of flour, a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, a 1/2 cup of milk, 1 1/2 tablespoons of olive oil, and a little bit of salt. That was it. It's this simple. Now what I'm going to do is roll out the dough, and then I'm going to take a mason jar lid and I'm going to cut out rounds to make the bread. So I'm just going to put down some flour. That's probably a little too much, but that's all right. And we're just going to get this dough out of the bowl. And we're going to roll this out to be about 1/4 inch thick. And then we just cut out the pieces that we want to make. And then just roll it out again and keep cutting out bread until you run out of dough. And then if you've been watching this channel for very long, you know that this little one is going to be for Rocco. Now what you're going to do is get a dry pan with a lid, and you're going to heat it up. And once it's hot, we're going to start dropping in our rounds. And honestly, these kind of come out like an English muffin. Let me heat up the pan and I'll show you what they look like when they're cooking. So now that the pan is steaming and hot, we're going to put in our rounds. And we're going to bake them for 5 minutes on each side until they're nice and golden brown. These are going to get puffy, but nice and soft on the inside. And we're going to cover them with a lid for 5 minutes. Then we'll flip them over and put the lid on for another 5 minutes. Basically, you can think of these as an English muffin. So it's been 5 minutes, and I'm going to show you what they look like. See how they are starting to get golden brown? And depending on how much you want yours to be golden brown is how long you can actually fry them for. If, like, see, this one's a little dark. So I probably should have taken that one off and flipped it a little bit sooner. But my husband likes his dark like that. Whoops. My husband likes, ooh, it's hot. So my husband likes his dark like that. So it'll be okay. So here we go. Round 2. Flip them over, another 5 minutes. Okay, let's take them out of the pan and see how they look. So I'm going to move them over and we'll cut them open and we'll see what they look like. And there you have it. Fresh hot bread in 10 minutes. Perfect for breakfast when you've forgotten to make the bread or buy the bread. And what we're going to do now is cut into these, put some butter and honey on them, and let's see how they taste. So again, these are kind of like an English muffin, I guess. They're nice and soft on the inside, but crispy on the outside. Let me bring these up here and show you. See the crumb in that? This is the way I like it. Nice and, this is a little too dark for me, but my husband likes it like that. But it's nice and soft in the middle. See how it puts an indentation in there when I squeezed it? So let's go put some butter on it. All right, so let's put some butter on this. That's a lot of butter. A little too much butter. I'll put it on another one in a minute. We'll drizzle some honey on here. You could also put jelly on here, you know, whatever you like. And we'll just spread this honey around and give it a taste. It tastes just basically like an English muffin. Nice and soft on the inside, crispy on the outside. Again, like I said, my husband likes them this dark. I like them like this. So you're gonna have to pay real good attention and don't walk away when you're making these so that they don't get too dark on you if you like them light. So there you have it. Soft, delicious, homemade bread in 10 minutes to save your breakfast. Or you could do these for dinner as well. Maybe you need garlic bread. You could definitely cut these open and add some butter and garlic, and you've got garlic bread. Or you just want to have bread and butter for dinner. There you go. Super fast, super easy, and it only took me 10 minutes. So if this is going to save your breakfast or your dinner, please give it a thumbs up and share it out to somebody who might be interested, because it does help the channel grow and we really appreciate it. And I want to thank all 500 of my subscribers. I just hit 500 and I'm super excited, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate all of you guys tuning in to find out what we have going on around our homestead. Check out my playlist on more homemade bread recipes that are fast and easy. And from our homestead to yours, spread kindness, share a smile, and pay it forward, and be the reason someone smiles today. Hey, Rock, have you been sitting there patiently waiting for Mommy to finish making videos so we can go play? Say thanks for coming down the shore, everybody, and hope to see you next time.